Hi everyone, my name's Pieta Valentine. I've written 2 books, The Resident's Voice from a Dementia Unit and The Resident's Rise from a Dementia Unit. Today is on reducing anger for your relative resident in a dementia facility, and the 3 steps for that being talk it through, move through it, and keep connected with staff. So talking it through. It's really important for someone in a dementia facility. Say it's your husband and he's angry about being, incarcerated. Talk through the whole process as empathetically and sympathetically as you can, because often they feel, why am I in jail? Why am I in this place? What's wrong with me? Is something terrible happening? They think that they're in jail, and I haven't done anything wrong. Why have they put me here? So you need to go through the whole process of explaining dementia, about the memory loss, about the risks, about the hazards, why he's in there, and typically it may be because, they're getting lost, they're disorientated, they're taking off, the police find them somewhere, or they're leaving something hot on the stove and, it's a risk with fire, or other, risk factors around the place. Or just the fact that you've been unable to manage them, because they're getting difficult with cares. I mean, you can explain it through and just say, look, say his name's Doug. Doug, I just need to explain to you the reason why you're here is because of your memory loss. Yes, I know that. But why do I have to be here? I don't need to be locked up. Yes, I know, dear. But the thing is that, look, there were lots of reasons. Firstly, our place, our home is not, secure with fencing, and you'd find your way out of the property and then you'd get lost. If I went shopping or to see a friend or something, you'd just take off and you've lost your way 3 times now, twice on the highway, and the police have picked you up wandering. Yes, I know that. Okay, I do actually remember one of those. I do remember that being found by the police. That was embarrassing. So, okay, dear, so, that's just one reason. And the other time is that the time that you left some, you decided to make some chips, hot chips on the stove, and then you forgot about them, and then the place nearly went up. And yes, I remember that as well. All right. So anyway, you don't need to go on and on about the reasons, but just 1 or 2 reasons that hopefully, your husband remembers, and that will just click the realization. If it's a big event, chances are he's more likely to remember it. And if not, then you need to explain about, maybe it's the cares, and just put it on yourself and say, look, Doug, I'm just having difficulty managing this condition, this dementia condition, because, even though, I can talk to you. I know that you're intelligent, but with your memory having gone, with your orientation having gone, you're having difficulty with dressing as well. And you're a big man, and it's difficult to do the cares and all the dressing and the showering in the morning when you need the help. Oh, okay. Even though I was getting Nurse Maud to come in 3 times a week, the other 4 days I was having to manage it, and that my health's not good. Yeah, okay. And just go through it enough that you need to for Doug to realize why he's in the facility, and explain, that it's not that you don't want him to be in the facility. You would like him to be independent and for him to manage and you to be able to live together. Of course, that's what you'd like. But the thing is, it's reached the point now that it's not manageable for you or for him. All this needs to be gone through. Repeat. Now, it can be exhausting and you can lose your patience because you've just explained it. Now he's asking again, and on it goes. But it's really important to draw on your patience and, keep up this loving, kind dialogue with Doug so that at least he realizes that you support him, that you're still there, that you're not going to go off with someone, which, chances are that they often think that, oh yes, you've stuck me in here and now you're going off with someone else, which hopefully isn't the case, but can be the case. But so that's another subject I'm not going to go into. I'm not experienced on that. But this aspect of, you being loyal and faithful to the end and all that, which this generation I have actually found anyway, with the elderly generation, and their partners being in dementia facilities, those that visit are very loyal and committed, especially if they've both been living in the village before. So in that way, those relationships, that's when it's a good relationship, and that's when you will be able to explain this information to them, and they're more likely to receive it. If you've got a fractured relationship already, to sit down and try and explain this when there's not that love and compassion and empathy and those good feelings with it, it's hard. It's not likely to be received, because the person will just flare up. They won't feel that warmth or love or support with what you're saying. So it's just like it's being delivered from the doctor, more or less. And he may be respectful to the doctor when the doctor says it, but his chances are, especially if he's already angry, hardly likely to be respectful to you when you explain it, if you're not supporting. But we'll assume here that this is a supportive situation where you're supporting your husband and you've explained it and he's sort of partly received it. Then after that, after the explaining, you need to be, even though it's difficult, because probably you're exhausted, 5-8 years of looking after Doug and you're completely exhausted, but bring the whole team on board, the family on board as much as you can, granddaughters, siblings, children, whoever's available. I know people go overseas and it's often very difficult to find people that support, but whoever you can, just even 1 or 2 people to support Doug for the walking program. This is the big thing, because men and anger, testosterone, energy, anger, fueled up, it's not a good combination in a dementia unit. It's dangerous, because if they flick into moderate, high level anger, aggression, not good. Not good at all, as you would know, with frail ladies around. And it only takes one event, one aggressive event, lashing out, pushing someone over, fractured hip. In the clinical notes, doctor reads it, and often just from even 1 or 2 instances like this, the person will be discharged onto another unit, a higher level unit. All these videos I'm doing are for D3, the first level entry dementia unit. But if the person's unmanageable there, they will be sent on to a higher level D6 dementia facility, which we call it here, where it's even more constrained, more constraints, less liberties, often more medication. And you definitely don't want that. You definitely don't want that. That's why you need to try and, settle the anger with Doug as best as you can. If though, and chances are, if you've got a good relationship, and you're coming in every second day, say, or every day if you need to at the start to get them settled. It's a big effort, but, just for an hour or so. And you've got the walking program underway. You've got your, the grandkids coming twice a week to take them out walking. Once a week, you're going out to the beach for a lovely big half day, walking on the sand, which he loves, and a pizza at the local cafe, which he also loves. You've really gone all out to give him the best life that he can. So at least he doesn't feel hemmed up, and at least he doesn't feel that he's got some, incurable disease, or that he's jailed up for no reason. You've explained it all, and you're keeping on explaining and reassuring. And even though it's difficult, just try and find a way of accessing patients through the love and compassion you have for him, and just do the little repeat, explanation as part of the course. It's just part of the course that's needed, because otherwise, the other side of the equation, high anger, no one wants to deal with. But if it does reach the point that nothing reaches Doug and that it is unmanageable, you will need to bring the nursing staff in at the high end of moderate level anger. So if the person, say, out of 0 to 10, 6 out of 10 and up is high level anger. Oh, no, not really. 7 out of 10 and up. So 0 to 3 is low level anger. 3 to 7 is moderate level anger. 7 to 10, high level anger. So if it's high level anger, the doctor, the medical facilities, medical staff will need to be brought in with that. That's another subject in itself. So thank you for your likes and subscriptions, and please pass on to people affected with dementia in this way. Thank you.